Hey Creagears, Robert here and welcome back to another video. It's finally time! After a month of waiting, we can finally end the Custom Amiibo Month with the final amiibo of this year, a Sanitized Octoling Girl Amiibo. Oh boy, it's going to be another long title again. But we don't have a moment to waste, so let's get started. First is taking apart the amiibo. I put her in a bit of boiling water so that I was able to take off the Eliter and the Octo backpack. I was also able to take off one of the shoes of the platform, but I couldn't get her completely loose. But that doesn't matter because now we're going to start on the special part of this amiibo, the Octarian Heavy Splitling. First I made the tank with a piece of PVC pipe and some 1mm EVA foam for the ends. And when I cut the ends off of the piece, I cut them off at an angle. After the cutting, I sanded it smooth and used some 5mm EVA foam for the base. Although you can easily do this with just a piece of wood. After that, I made the disc for the nozzle of the Splatling, again from 1mm EVA foam. And I also made the hose from the same stuff. But surprisingly, the handle is made from some cuffing stirring sticks and some bamboo skewers, with a thicker one for the handle and some smaller ones for the barrels. And also made the back handle from some 5mm EVA foam. Sorry. And I used some hot glue to make the ends of the barrels. But now that we have all the parts, it's time for an assembly. Let's first start with the barrel. By first gluing the sticks to the end plates and then one by one to the first plate. But of course, I had to be so stupid and forget the third ring in the Splatling. So let's just use some foam again. And it isn't even long enough. Ugh. Let's continue with the handle. First I glue on one side to the handle and I also glue on the other side, but that one broke off during the attachment to the base. So let's just save that until the first side is on the base. And then we can add the barrel and the hose to the base. And add the tank. And then we have the assembly of the Splatling complete. It may be a bit too big, but it's a heavy Splatling, so it counts in my opinion. And it's almost as long as the Eliter, so I think it will do. It looks pretty nice. But it can't go on the figure this way. Miuma, get the paints, we're going to start with some black. But while I'm playing this off camera, I wanted to let you guys know that I've now made the WVD Creations fan Discord server. I will use this for talking to you guys, showing progress and sneak peeks of projects in the works, and I will get far easier messaging of premieres and other notifications to you guys than if I do it on YouTube or on Twitter or something. So if you want to join me and the rest of the creation crew, I will leave a link in the description and I hope to see you there. And hey, would you look at that? The splatling is also painted. So after the splatling, it's time for the other base layer, the white over the tentacles of the Octoling Girl. It's almost exactly the same as the Octoling Boy, just 3 layers of white over the tentacles and the ink, and after that a single layer of white over all of the skin as a base for the green sanitization. So Muna, would you please skip this forward? So now that we have 2 out of the 3 layers on the tentacles and the ink, we can also use the white on the splatting parts, for the ones that are going to be white for a clearer red later on. Then it's time for the final white layer over not only the tentacles, not only the ink, but also over the skin. With which I have to say, out of all of the 3, this was the most difficult skin to cover. So I would really say that this is one of the more advanced ones if you're going to make this one. But when the white has dried, we can start the real coloring process, to start with the dark blue. Just the same as with the other 3, just watch out for the suction cups. And then we can continue with the green sanitized ink. Muna, what happened to the first footage? Damn! Well, nothing we can do about it now, so let's continue. Well, we are using a mixture of natural green and dark green for a base on the ink and on the ends of the tentacles. After we let that dry, we can also add another layer of dark blue to the tentacles, and we can use the green again for a fade between the green color on the ends and the darker blue for the base. Also, later on we're going to use different types of green on the ink to create the swirls that the sanitized ink has in game. After one more layer of those, we can start to work on the green skin color. And oh boy, it was a bit more difficult in some places. Yes, it worked out really nicely. You can even start to see it right here. And so we can let that dry for another layer. And after those layers, here we are. And now we can add the red to the splitling. Roboy! Thank you! Here we can add the red to the white areas. With some small touch up with some black for the parts of white that have gone a bit too far out of hand. We can let that rest while we add the skin color to the suction cups and the underside of the tentacles. When that's all done, we can add the metal to the Octarian splatling to finish off the Octarian color palette. Then after some layering with some red, skin color and the metal parts, all we've done before this, we can add some Amiibo advertising on the splatling. Although since the weapon is used by creatures that want to splat you, I don't think it's that positive of advertising. But now we're in the home stretch, so it's time for the eyes. Oh, I tried so much to keep this as frame as much as possible. I know. But for the eyes I use some dark gray as a base for the mask, and then when that is dried I use some black on the eyes and the dark blue for the eyebrows. And as the final step, I use some of the sanitized green to add the pupils back. And with my smallest brush, I add a small little ring around the eyes. And this time no hypno shades over those awesome eyes. So now that the painting is all done, it's time for the high gloss finish over the eyes, tentacles and the ink. And after we've let that dry, we can finally glue the splatling on. So, after a night's rest, I've put the splatling in position and now it's the moment of truth. First the left hand, then the right hand, and with those, I can with full pride announce that not only the Sanitized Octoling Girl Amiibo is done, but my full, complete, custom Sanitized Octoling series is done. Oh, I'm so happy! Just look at them, they're so awesome! I'm so happy with how they turned out. Well, I won't let you wait any longer, let's go to the final show off. Hey Creagears, Robo here. I want to thank all of you for following this awesome Custom Amiibo Month. It's been a great experience. I wouldn't say amazing because it really took a toll on my sleep. But it's all done, and I want to thank especially all of you for all of the nice and helpful comments you guys have left. I can't thank you enough for this amazing experience. Well, that's all for me and Muna. And remember, keep those creative gears turning. See you in the next one.